Barack Obama took an opportunity to humiliate Joe Biden at the White House today, calling him Vice President Joe Biden.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Have a seat. Have a seat. Thank you. Vice President Biden, Vice President. That was a joke. That was all set up. My president, Joe Biden. Vice President Harris.
Welcome back to High Impact Flicks, where we take a look at the craziness of our time. So strap yourself in, sign the waiver, and keep your feet and hands inside the car at all times. Roll the intro. People ask me all the time, "Hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff, and does it really work?" The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. Former President Barack Obama stole the show on Tuesday when he returned to the White House for the first time in more than 5 years for an event commemorating the 12th anniversary of the Unaffordable Care Act. The event, which featured remarks from Obama, President Biden, and Vice President Camel Toe Harris, featured a number of prominent Democrats, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who made their way over to Obama for laughter and conversations as Joe Biden looked on, seemingly unsure of what to do next or even where he was. In several clips, Joe literally looks like the most unpopular kid in the room, trying to get the attention of his pal who just shrugs him off. This just in. Unprecedented climate change has caused the sea level at Sydney Harbor to rise approximately 0.0 centimeters over the last 140 years. We should all be concerned, very concerned. Please take the time right now to find the nearest politician and give him loads of money so that he and his special interest bankster pals can save us from this fast approaching existential threat. I guess once fake stream media, always fake stream media. This comes from newspaper clippings the day after the sinking of the Titanic, which may have actually been another ship in the White Star Line called the Olympic. But anyway, this one right here says, "All saved from Titanic after collision. Rescue by Carpathia and Parisian. Liner is being towed to Halifax after smashing into an iceberg. Titanic sinking. No lives lost. Titanic sunk. No lives lost." Over a century later, and fake stream media still can't get the facts right. I guess that's why they hired all those gatekeeping fact checkers. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Representative Matt Gaetz got into a heated argument today during Tuesday's House Armed Services Committee hearing after the Florida Republican accused the Pentagon of being too focused on wokeism and not defense.
Secretary Austin, why should American taxpayers fund lectures at the National Defense University that promote socialism as a strategy to combat China?
It's the National Defense University is an academic institution, and I don't know of any such lecture. But
well, that's surprising because it was widely reported. The National Defense University had Thomas Piketty come, and this was the title of his lecture, Responding to China, the Case for Global Justice and Democratic Socialism. So now that you know that they did this, would you agree that embracing socialism is not an effective strategy to combat China?
Well, I certainly don't agree with embracing socialism. I think
so that means
I'm sorry. We're not going to do this. We're not going to let the guy say 4 words and still talk and then cut him off. We're just not.
I control the time, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, but you also have to be fair to the witnesses.
No, but I got the answer I wanted. I have a follow-up. My follow-up question is if we don't embrace it, then I guess why did the National Defense University put out a statement? Again, this is funded by U.S. taxpayers, saying in this talk, Mr. Piketty will argue that the right answer lies in ending Western arrogance and promoting a new emancipatory and egalitarian horizon on a global scale, a new form of democratic and participatory, ecological, and post-colonial socialism. So why would we invite people we don't agree with to evangelize views and values that we don't share at the National Defense University when we should be learning strategy about how to combat our enemies and make assessments that are accurate?
And we do learn a lot about strategy and about the military and about joint force development, and so that is our focus in these institutions. I don't know what the context of this particular or content of this particular speech was.
Mr. Secretary, I've shared with you the context. The context wasn't better understand socialism so we can defeat it. The context wasn't learn about it so that we can offer countermeasures. The concept was that it's time for socialism. And the reason I know that's the context is because the lecture was pulled from a book written by Thomas Piketty entitled Time for Socialism. And I just can't help but notice.
And so your question was whether or not
I control the time.
Your question
You guys have
was
been
whether or not
blowing
we
a lot of
embrace
calls
socialism.
lately on
The
matters
answer
of
is no.
strategy, Mr. Secretary. You guys told us that Russia couldn't lose. You told us that the Taliban couldn't immediately win. And so I guess I'm wondering, what in the $773 billion that you're requesting today is going to help you make assessments that are accurate in the face of so many blown calls?
You've seen what's in our budget. You've seen how the budget matches the strategy, and so I'll let that speak for itself.
Well, I mean, I've also
Significant
seen that we're
investment in
behind, Mr.
combat
Secretary.
capabilities.
We're behind in hypersonics. We failed to deter Russia. Last year,
So
China
what do you
sorties.
mean we're behind in hypersonics? How do you?
Okay, who's ahead in hypersonics?
How do you make that assessment?
I don't know.
Is it
I
a
make that assessment
one-for-one?
because
Is it a
China is
one-for-one
fielding
exchange for
hypersonic
development
weapon
of
systems,
hypersonics?
and we are still developing them. I
Are you
make that
talking about
assessment because
development of
Russia actually
capability
used
or
one.
development of-
By the way, your own people brief us that we are behind and that China is winning. Are you aware of the briefings we get on hypersonics?
I am certainly aware of briefings that we provide to Congress.
But it's not just the hypersonic. It's all over the world. It's in Taiwan, where China last year flew more sorties than ever before. It's North Korea, on pace to shatter prior records, the number of missiles that they are testing. And so while everyone else in the world seems to be developing capabilities and being more strategic, we got time to embrace critical race theory at West Point, to embrace socialism at the National Defense University, to do mandatory pronoun training. Do you accept?
You know, it's again, this is the most capable, the most combat credible force in the world. It has been, and it will be so going forward.
Not if
And
we
this
continue
budget
down this
helps
path.
us to do that.
Not if we embrace
And
socialism.
the fact that you're embarrassed by your country, by
Oh,
your
no.
military,
I'm embarrassed by your leadership.
I'm sorry for
I am
that.
not embarrassed for my country. I wish
It's
we were
what
not
you're
losing
saying.
to China.
It's
I
what
wish
you're
we were.
saying.
You know what? That is so disgraceful that you would sit here and conflate your failures with the failures of the uniformed service members. You guys said that Russia would overrun Ukraine in 36 days. You said that the Taliban would be kept at bay for months. You totally blew those calls. And maybe we would be better at them if the National Defense University actually worked a little more on strategy and a little less on wokeism.
Has it occurred to you that Russia has not overrun Ukraine because of what we've done and our allies have done?
But that was
Have
baked
you ever
into your
even
flawed
thought about
assessment. That was baked into your flawed assessment. And so I saw that the Obama administration
fact that we
tried
went
to
to
destroy
Ukraine
our
was a
military
flawed
by
assessment?
starving it of resources, and it seems the Biden administration is trying to destroy our military by force-feeding it wokeism. I yield back.
All right, guys, leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, iimpactflix.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.